excited to talk to you all about, of course, the new movie, The Waterman, and then also your new single, Jessica. Just excited. So first, I want to talk about The Waterman, and I want to hear, your thoughts, David, on the film. Are you excited about this film that's releasing soon? Tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, we're incredibly excited, not least because, we made this film before the pandemic. We've all been through this incredibly uncertain time. And so we didn't even know if the film was going to come out. And now it's coming out in theaters at a time where people are beginning to revisit movie theaters. And it's coming out at a time where the message of the movie, I think, is going to hopefully resonate even more than it would have done before the pandemic, because the film is basically about an 11-year-old boy who, is fearful that he's going to lose his mother, and he goes looking for this mythical figure who has the supposed power of immortality. And it's about hope, it's about sacrificial love, and it's about overcoming one's fears. And we've all had to do that in the last year or so.
Exactly, exactly. I even love, your role as playing his father and just the different little pieces of, sentiment that kind of came out through your role and the relationship between you and him. Can you just speak to that a little bit as far as, family and family challenges, family difficulties in the relationships and the significance of that in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, Jess and I have 4 kids, and
Okay.
I have to admit that my fallibility as a father is something I'm very aware of. We love our
Mhm.
kids desperately, but we get it wrong every day. And my character in the film is someone who is dealing with a lot of pressure. He loves his son, but he's a bit of a man's man, and his son is a bit more artistic, a bit more quiet, and they're just not connecting. And ironically, it takes this big adventure. It takes this possible loss for them to kind of
Mhm.
find each other and reconnect. And, I just loved the fact that in the script, it showed that you can have love and dysfunction. And that doesn't mean that the family has to fall apart. That doesn't mean that you have to go your separate ways. Most families are dealing with both love and dysfunction. It's just about what you do to overcome the dysfunction. And that's what you see in this film as well.
I love that. I love that. Well, talk about, I guess, just the more of the technical background of as far as working on the set and working with the other actresses. I can't remember her name, but your wife who is playing in the film,
Yeah.
absolutely love her.
Rosario
Can you,
Dawson.
Rosario, exactly. Thank you. How was it working with her and even the other cast members? What was it like?
It was great. I mean, I've had a very blessed career as an actor, and I've worked with some really great directors. And the thing I learned working on those films is hire great people who are very good at their job, tell them your vision, and then watch them make you look good. And that's what I did with, my cast and my crew, Rosario Dawson, Fred Molina, Maria Bello,
Yes.
these 2 amazing kids, Lonnie Chavis and Amiah Miller. Jess is in the film as well as the bookseller. Just really incredible artists who just elevated the material. And that's what you want, is to be able to just empower people to be great.
I love that. That is so awesome. So, you two, you and your wife, you all are working in the entertainment industry and married. Can you speak to that a little bit of how that is? Both of you all being busy, being in the arts, and then having to maintain a marriage and your children. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we went into it with our eyes as open as they possibly could be. We were very young. We met when we were 17 and 18 in youth theater. We decided at a very young age that we wanted to work really hard to make sure that we put our family first, our marriage first, and our children above our work, because we just saw so many people struggling when they have a big job to do, whether it's in ministry or anywhere else in any domain where they have a big job. There's a lot of pressure involved, and that can end up meaning that you accidentally ignore your family. And we decided we never want to do that. If we're going to raise children, it's because we want to raise children. We want to be a mom and dad. We don't want to have other people raising them. So we became a family when we married, and we said every child that we have is a welcome member to this family. So this is the most important relationship, and you guys get to be a part of this security, because that's where it lies. If mom and dad are happy, your babies are happy. So we started here. We set ourselves a 2-week rule, because as actors, you travel a lot. And we said, no matter what, we're not going to be apart for more than 2 weeks. And we've managed it with 22 and a half years now of being married, where we've managed to stick to our 2-week rule, bar once we went over by a few hours.
11 hours.
I think a flight was delayed or
so
something.
Upset.
It was awful. But within our control, within our power, we prayed really hard. We pray about everything, whatever it is that is happening in our lives. We want to put God at the very top. And then we felt like he's just saying, this is what's important, this covenant right here, and then everything else will follow.
I love that. That is amazing. Well, Jessica, tell me about your single. Let us know, about this single, the significance of it, and what you want, listeners to take away from it.
Well, one of the overwhelming themes of the movie, The Waterman, is sacrificial love. It's the power of love. It's what love does. And this song was inspired by that theme. What love does, it brings the fighter out in us. It does the things that we need to be able to do for another that we don't necessarily feel like we have the energy for. I mean, every mother in the whole world knows you're not going to get up 5 times in the night because you feel like it. You're going to get up because you love your baby. You're going to fight. You're going to do whatever it is you need to do to care for the people that you really love. And Lonnie Chavis's character, Gunnar, in the movie, he's such a beautiful example of that the song reflects what he does in the movie. He fights and he goes for what needs to be done, what he feels in his beautiful childish heart, what he needs to do to save somebody that he loves. And so the song was born out of that theme of sacrificial love, what we're willing to do, how far we're willing to go.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, any last words either one of you would like to share with our viewers, those who are watching right now?
Yeah, just to say, The Waterman is a film we designed for the family. Hopefully everyone goes to see it. It would be wonderful if 3 generations get to go, the kids, their parents, and their grandparents, and they get to, just immerse themselves in the adventure, in the themes of love, sacrifice, hope, joy, overcoming adversity. And hopefully it elicits a great conversation afterwards, because part of what inspired us to do this film was films that we watched growing up, films like E.T., The Goonies, Stand By Me, Never Ending Story, films that for some reason aren't being made as much anymore, but we just hope that a family can congregate around the film and have a great time and a great conversation.